who wants to learn how to make these amazing everything but the kitchen sink that goes into these beef burgers. Sometimes you just feel like some beef. Once in a while, it's okay. Of course, it's versatile. I usually make chicken burgers, but you know, I love a good beef burger, and you can have it on a bun or my lentil buns or on some lettuce as a lettuce wrap burger, right? You can make them big, you can make them small, but I like them a certain thickness, okay? So they don't fall apart. And I'm going to post the recipe. Hey guys, it's me, Risa. So I'm in the mood for a good beef burger. I bought this one at Walmart. I always use chicken, but I'm in the mood for a beef burger, and I got the medium. I want a little bit of fat in it because it just tastes better. But you do you, whatever you want. And I add in basically everything but the kitchen sink. I change it up all the time, but I add in my spices first. So I'm just going to put this into a nice big bowl. Okay. And I have my Pampered Chef handy dandy chopper that I use to just chop that up. And I'm going to do that. And then I'll show you what I'm adding. I do not measure. I do have an egg. I have different breadcrumbs here that I had in my cupboard. So again, I just measure with my heart. Honestly, this is such a good workout to just grind up your meat, okay? And I love this thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is start adding in my spices. So I have some onion powder. Now I love onion powder, so if you want to add real onions to it, you can, but I like lots of onion powder, so at least a tablespoon. Smoked paprika will give it some nice flavor, maybe a teaspoon or so. Again, I measure with my heart. I'm going to put in some thyme, and again, I'll sprinkle it all the way around. Okay. Let's see what else I have here. I took out a lot of different things. Some chili. I'm going to add some chili for a little bit of zip. So about a teaspoon or so, some chili. And you can use oregano, or I had some Italian seasoning that I'm just going to sprinkle that into here as well. Okay, and if you do it with your fingers, you can bring out the flavor even more when you're using dry ingredients, okay? And now, of course, we need to mix this up a bit. At this point, I like to just use my hand. And now I'm just going to put in my egg. Oh, and the other thing that I didn't remember is I like to add some water too, because you want your burgers not to be dry. You want them to be moist, although I do add a lot of wet ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to add some sweet with heat mustard. I'd say about a tablespoon. I also have some Dijon mustard. You may think I'm crazy, but honestly, I make my little meatballs like this as well. I always just look in my fridge and see what I have. I have some barbecue sauce, a little bit of Diana's. I'm telling you, they're going to be delicious and nutritious. I had some other barbecue sauce. I'll add a bit of that, about a tablespoon. Now, I always add in some Worcester. Just, again, maybe a teaspoon or so. Okay, and my brother always told me to put in a little bit of sesame oil. So I just add in about a quarter teaspoon of some sesame oil. And even though I added some chili, I'm going to add a little bit of some Frank's hot sauce because I like a zip. And then I'm going to add some pepper and a bit of salt. Because I'm filming with my phone, I just want to show you, I just added some pink salt, Himalayan salt, and some of the pepper. And everything's all there. And now, again, we're going to mix that up. I find it's just easier to use your hands, so you incorporate all this yumminess. And I can feel the meat feels already very moist. But again, I'm going to, as I mentioned, I'm going to add some water. Okay, so I measured out about a half a cup of water. Just going to add that in a little bit at a time, and then just mix that up. It's going to make your burgers nice and moist, okay? So about a half a cup or so. Again, I guess it also depends on how much meat you're using, okay? And now I'm just going to add some breadcrumbs in. Again, I don't measure, I just kind of feel it so that I can make these delicious patties, burgers, whatever you want to call it. So you can buy seasoned breadcrumbs, or you can add some onion and garlic powder to your breadcrumbs if you want. But these ones are already seasoned, the Italian style, okay? So I'm using about a half a cup. And then again, we're going to just use our hands because it's just easier to make sure that you get from the bottom and you blend it really well, okay? So another thing that I do is I take a big cookie sheet and put some parchment, and then I have my handy dandy cookie cutters, and you can form patties like on your own, like so, or you can add some meat as thick as you want or as thin as you want. And then you get them formed all the same size, okay? Let me just take that off, and there you go. Beautiful. And you just keep doing that until you're finished. Okay, guys, so I ended up with 12 beautiful burgers, not too thin, not too thick, just right, like the Three Little Bears. So you can put them on some parchment paper like I did, and a big cookie sheet, stick them in the freezer. So then you can add them to a plastic bag or a container and they won't freeze. If you want, you could also just add some barbecue sauce on top if you want. We just usually add it while we're cooking and we're barbecuing tonight, depending when you watch this. So you can barbecue them, you can air fry them, you can pan fry them, you can bake them. All right, they're versatile, and you can add whatever spices you want. You could add fresh herbs to it as well. Like I've mentioned, all my recipes are versatile, and I hope you enjoyed this video. They're going to be so yummy. Don't forget to subscribe, share, like, comment. All right, Risa Weiner, YouTube. Here's my delicious burger that I made, my beef burger. It is so yummy. I'm decided to have it on a bun with a nice salad. Risa Weiner, YouTube, for this and many, many other amazing recipes for weight loss.